Hi everyone, today we're gonna make some comfort food because it is getting cold out there. So when I think comfort food, I think a nice bowl of pasta. So we're gonna make some meat sauce and some pasta. So first we're gonna cut up our onion. Just a nice dice. Ooh, and this onion is really strong. I'm gonna cry on YouTube. I'm gonna cut up your onion. Okay, so I zoomed in so it's a little easier for you to see. I'm gonna use some red bell pepper. I just like the taste of the bell pepper in there. They don't usually traditionally use it in there, but you know, I'm not making a traditional meat sauce, so I can use whatever I want. So just dice your green bell pepper. Try not to cut off your fingers in the process. Like that. I'm gonna use 2 cloves of garlic. Isn't this good? Clove of garlic, just the usest you've ever seen. It is so big. And I was just gonna squash it like that because it makes it so much easier to peel. I love garlic, so always put garlic in everything. Too much garlic sometimes, but you know, you don't like this much garlic, then just don't use this much. And then we're gonna chop that up. Okay, so this is where the magic's gonna happen. So in my pan, I have started off with 2 rations of bacon that I chopped, and then I just browned that, and that's gonna give our sauce another layer of flavor. And that's really important because you want to build up layers of flavor when you cook. And now I'm gonna add the onions and our green pepper. That goes in. You just want to cook this till it's translucent. So after about 5 minutes, our onions and our peppers are nice and translucent. And so I'm going to add the garlic. And then I am going to add our ground meat. I'm using an 85-15, so we don't, I find that the 80-20 has a little too much fat to my liking. We're just going to add the meat. Just break up the meat like this, and then we're going to brown it. So while our meat is browning, we're going to season it with some freshly ground black pepper. I like a lot of pepper, so. And I'm going to use some salt. You can just season to taste. I know how I like my things, so, you know. Some salt. And if you like a little spice, you can add some crushed red pepper flakes, which I'm gonna do. You can totally leave this out if you don't want a little spice in there. But I like it a little spicy. So we're going to brown our meat a little. like so. So now that the meat has browned to my liking, I am gonna use a 1/4 cup of red wine. And then you're just gonna cook it out a little, cook out all the alcohol. And this is just gonna add another layer of flavor to our sauce. You can totally not use wine. You can just leave it out. Or you can even use some white if you have that. So, deglaze with the wine. And then we're going to add our tomatoes. So I have a 28-ounce can of tomatoes here. These are San Marzanos, which I love. I think it's delicious. So we're gonna add it, and then we're just gonna break up the tomatoes. I like my sauce chunky. So I'm not breaking them up too much, and it's gonna cook down. So then just work it into your sauce. I'm also gonna add some tomato paste. I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons, and this is just gonna add some depth of flavor. Gonna make it taste a little more tomatoey, and it's gonna thicken up the sauce slightly, which I love. So I'm gonna season a little more. I'm gonna put in some oregano. I like a lot of oregano, so I'm gonna use that much. And mix it. You know, I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar in mine. It all depends on the tomatoes, if you need sugar or not. I'm definitely gonna put like maybe a teaspoon or less. But like I said, sometimes I buy the tomatoes and I don't need any sugar, and sometimes I do. So taste your food. And now we're gonna put the lid on this, and it's gonna cook for about an hour. Okay, so it's been an hour, and this is what our sauce looks like. It just kind of melted together, and it's nice and yummy. I've already cooked my pasta, so we are ready to eat. Well, usually I would just mix my pasta in with the sauce so that it's all nicely coated, but I don't want to do that because I'm gonna have leftovers, and I don't want my leftovers to be soggy. So I'm just gonna grate some Parmesan on here. You gotta have Parmesan, right? It's like snow. It's snowing Parmesan. Can you imagine Parmesan snow? Huh, I'd be playing in it for days. So please try this recipe and tell me what you think. I think it's good. Well, but then again, I made it right. So please comment, rate, subscribe, like, and I will talk to you guys later.